everyone, it's Danny. Alrighty, today we're gonna answer a question sent in by Leia. And she's asking me if I know some orchids which do well in a warmer climate. So let's say the orchids that can withstand heat more than others. Now, I would like to start off by saying that many orchids have a wide range of temperatures which they can do okay in. But I will talk about the most notorious orchids today, which are known to withstand and actually to enjoy warmer climates rather than cooler climates, and some other species. So I will start with Cattleyas orchids because they are just so wonderful and have such beautiful flowers and wonderful fragrances that they're just on the top of my list. Now, these orchids, as a general rule, they do prefer warmer climates to cooler climates. In warmer climates, they do flower better, they grow faster, so I think they are well suited for a warm environment rather than a cool environment. Of course, there might be some exceptions. Some species or varieties might prefer cooler conditions, but as a general rule, and especially with the complex hybrids which you can easily find available at the stores, they really do much better in a warmer climate. So for me, this is the top pick when it comes to orchids which can do great in a warm environment. Second, we have the Vanda orchids, which are notorious to like warmer climates. Personally, for me, they really don't bloom at all during my winter time, which is not sunny and is quite cool. They can withstand the coolness. They're tough orchids, but they generally do a lot better in summertime. And no matter how hot it gets, they still do great for me as long as I can keep them hydrated. And the reward is absolutely fantastic. The downside with Vanda orchids is that they can be pretty large, but there are some species which can stay smaller in size. Let's say they will not have big flashy blooms, but still you will get a beautiful spray of flowers. So for me, the second pick would be, of course, the Vanda orchids. My third pick would have to be Dendrobium orchids, both Dendrobium phalaenopsis as well as Dendrobium nobilis. There is a catch with the Dendrobium nobilis, but I'll get to it. So Dendrobium phalaenopsis really did not suffer at all in my warm climate and the warmest months of the summer, let's say. As long as I maintained the humidity inside the pot, everything went okay, and I'm pretty sure that these orchids bloom a lot better in summertime than in wintertime. So my third pick would have to be the Dendrobium phalaenopsis. The Dendrobium nobili, however, although it can withstand heat like nobody else, I have kept my Dendrobium nobilis at 40 degrees Celsius with no real drama, except for the fact that I did water them, I kept them hydrated. However, in order to make that orchid bloom, you need to have a drop in temperature in the winter time. So if you live in a climate which has a cooler winter, let's say if the temperatures drop below 10 degrees Celsius, or at least they reach 10 degrees Celsius, you might be able to rebloom those orchids. But as a general rule, they can withstand heat like nobody else. Okay, now for some other orchids which can do very well in a warm climate, I would have to choose the reed stem epidendrums. Now, these orchids really do like their bright light and they really do like their warm temperatures. They do grow in wintertime for me as well, but in the summertime, it's their moment to shine. And these orchids are quite tough as well, so I would say that reed stem epidendrums are well suited for warm environments as well. And luckily for us, they are just so pretty, it's a shame not to have. You might be disappointed that I didn't mention Phalaenopsis orchids here. Well, to be honest, the complex hybrids are not so well suited for very warm climates, especially if you want to rebloom them. But the summer blooming orchids are just perfect for warm environments. I've never had issues with my species in very hot temperatures, actually, as long as I maintained the humidity inside the pot. And I think I will repeat this a few times. As long as the orchid is hydrated, it can withstand warm climates a lot better. So I would have to go for the Bellina, the Violacea, and the Tetraspis for a warm climate. Bonus, they do not need a winter rest, they do not need a winter drop to rebloom, and actually warm climates, sunny weather, and all that fun stuff really induces blooming into them. So really, why not consider a Phalaenopsis species? You won't get a lot of flowers like a Phalaenopsis hybrid, but I think it will do quite well in a warm environment. Brassavola orchids are also suited for warm environments. I've never had issues with a suffering Brassavola regarding the heat, and as a bonus, they are just so wonderfully fragrant, it's really a shame not to have. They are kind of related to Cattleyas orchids, and they do kind of share the same traits. And temperature-wise, the Brassavola orchids really do quite well in a warm environment. Speaking of related orchids, I would have to say that Renantheras and everything related to Vanda orchids can withstand heat and warmth a lot better than other orchids as well. So my old Renanthera as well as this new Renanthera really did not suffer quite at all because of the heat wave. They are really resilient, and as I said, they are related to Vanda orchids, so I would have to go for Renantheras as well when it comes to warm climates. Encyclia orchids are again a wonderful pick if you live in a warm climate, but not all of them. Some species are not as tolerant as others, but I can tell you that the Encyclia credigira really likes its warm temperatures, practically just like a Cattleya orchid. And if you didn't know, this orchid smells quite a lot like chocolate, so why not give it a go if you live in a warm environment? The Cycopsis orchid really does a lot better in warmer climates. It can withstand the winter time for me as well, but it simply does not bloom and it doesn't grow so fast. But when springtime comes, he starts to bloom regularly. Also, growth is accelerated, so I think the Cycopsis orchid can do good in warmer climates as well. The problem with this guy is that you really need to keep it constantly moist. So he is a thirsty little boy, but if you can accommodate that, I think you can give Cycopsis orchids a go as well. They're simply a joy to grow. They're not fussy at all, and I really think they can withstand warm temperatures much better than other orchids. I think much better than other Oncidiums actually. And for my last pick, I will have to go with the Tolumnia orchids. I really noticed that in the summertime they grow much faster and much better. They do like their sunshine as well. They can withstand cooler temperatures as well, but it just seems to me that they do prefer warmer climates. So as long as you can maintain them hydrated, I think they are a good pick for warm climates as well. And as a bonus, they stay quite small, so if you don't have a lot of space, I think these will be quite great for you. And they also produce a ton of flowers. So I think Tolumnias are again a great pick if you live in a warmer climate. Okay, so these are the orchids that I consider to be much more tolerant to warm temperatures than other orchids. On the opposite end, I would have to mention Miltoniopsis orchids, not Miltonia, Miltoniopsis. Also Nelly Eiler, which is a hybrid of a Miltoniopsis. All of those orchids really absolutely hate warm climates, and I struggle myself with them. I don't have any more Miltoniopsis because they kind of kick the bucket, and I'm really struggling to maintain the Nelly Eiler alive. So really, I would stay definitely away from those orchids. But other than that, just check the particularities of a species or a variety you might want to have and see if it's actually tolerant to the temperatures you can provide. Also, when dealing with warm temperatures, make sure that you have a lot of ventilation. A pretty strong draft will actually help you a lot, and also maintaining the orchids hydrated will help them cope better with warm temperatures. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you liked it, then please give it a thumbs up and share it with your orchid friends. Also, if you'd like to see more videos from me, just subscribe to my channel. I post on a daily basis. Feel free to leave me comments, suggestions for videos, or questions you might have in the comment section below, and I will get back to you either with a comment or with a video if I can show you some stuff. If you click on the left side of your screen, you'll be directed to orchidnature.com, where you'll find care sheets, identification sheets, and also you can talk to us in the forum section. And if you click on the right side of your screen, you'll be directed to another orchid video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!